What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Neko Darius, and I am back playing NASCAR Thunder 2004 for our second season. Now, for those that have forgotten, it has been a while. We've come off a very good start so far in our career mode for the second season. We won the shootout. We also won the Daytona 500. And in case you didn't know, we are currently leading the point standings for the second year in a row. But we've got some hot drivers behind us, like Dale Jr., Jeff Gordon, Bob Labonte, and Michael Waltrip, to name a few. The next one is going to be a challenge. It's going to be The Rock. And The Rock last time wasn't very kind to me. Will The Rock be kinder this time? Only one way to find out. Let's go ahead and get right on into the action. So before we head out to The Rock, wow, I've completely blanked on what the name was. I'm so sorry, guys. Before we head out to The Rock, I've got to look at what we're going to use. And I think we're just going to kind of bring the same car that we brought from Daytona to the track with the power and the efficiency this time in terms of the motor. And then we'll also throw on the Speedway body. It's the first Speedway of the year. I believe the Speedway body would be good. We're also overhauling the second body. That's a Speedway chassis. So we got plenty to work with. Our car rating is a 64. And The Rock is not that easy. We found that out at the end of last season. Can we make a rebound this time and make sure that we don't finish so badly? All right, the first qualifying session in undoubtedly probably weeks. I haven't done the Daytona 500 week in a while, and really needed a small break on that as I started some new projects, as you guys have probably been following on the channel. I apologize, but I can give you guys a new update for NASCAR Thunder. If my schedules permit, you will be seeing 2 uploads a week going forward to kind of catch back up, because I screwed you guys really badly with the timing of a small break to start some new things, and I apologize. So hopefully, starting with the weekends, we'll have 2 episodes a week on the weekends, on a Saturday and on a Sunday, if things work out properly. Schedule's got to align and all that other fun stuff. But anyways, after one lap, 2374, 11th place. We didn't improve. Great.
We're in Rockingham, North Carolina, home of the North Carolina Speedway, for today's race, the Subway 400. What makes The Rock so tough, Barney?
Well, this track is deceiving to drivers who are new here. It's wide and fast in most places, but in the corners, they'll have to slow up more than they expect. Otherwise, the wall will sneak up and bite them on the exit, especially in turn 2.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Starting off 11th here for the first race since the Daytona weekend. We have great super speedway package. I think we'll make a good points day out of today. The car feels a little bit better than it did last time we were here, but we're going to struggle. I know this. Wow. I said we were going to struggle. I didn't expect that to happen. What the heck was that? The car just went right. It just went right. Okay. Just regain. We got a little bit of damage to the front and rear. I don't think it's anything serious. But I guess it would be serious if the deck lid is open and the deck lid is open. I probably have like the weakest deck lid in all of NASCAR history. So we have a car that can run top 15. Anything lower than top 15 is a disappointment. Hey, Mark Martin. Sorry. Hello, defending race champion or champion of the series, Mark Martin.
2376. That's it. That's the speed we're looking for. Number 16 is coming line. Clear.
Got Greg Biffle on the outside. Biffle must have qualified pretty well today.
The 16 car. It's up high.
Wonder if Roush is putting more money into that 16 car.
Clear.
Got up in the wall. It's tight. For whatever reason, it's loose and then it tightens up very awkwardly.
Come on now, you gotta Pick it up a notch. Interval between you and the leader is 4.5. Easy now. Gonna need some of that grip later. You're dropping back. What's wrong?
Thanks, Michael Waltrip. Thanks, Johnny Benson. We're supposed to be in the same cars. Can't even pass Hermie Sadler long enough.
441. Good lap. Keep hitting those marks. Clear all around.
See, the car's loose. The car gets mad loose in turn 1 and 2. Then that happens. And then in 3 and 4, it is out. It is just strangely tight. Like I'm just tighter than anything else. Pause.
Coming up quick. Clear. 24-0. You're flying out there, buddy. Good job. The leader's put about 5 seconds on you. More tires won't help us. Be careful.
You think I'm trying to wear my tires out? No, I'm not trying to wear my tires out. But the thing is it's been so rough getting through these corners. Okay, I think we got a little rhythm, so I can't run low. If I run low, the car loosens up too much. If I run high, the car is kind of fine. Got to come up in front of Greg Biffle, who is running extremely well.
The 16 car is inside. You're clear.
Yeah, Jack Roush must be putting more money into that 16 car. This is the highest he's been in a while.
Okay, buddy. We're about 5 seconds behind the leader.
Okay, so we've kind of settled in here. Lap number 9, 20th position. Just kind of staring at this 15 car, wondering if I can pass it.
Your right front tire's wearing down. Try another line or you won't last.
Not really seeing too much I can do right now. Car is just bad.
Is there something wrong with your car? That lap was off your pace.
Like I'm having to chase it up the hill, and you guys already know if you're at Rockingham, you have to chase a car up the hill. That means that you're not having a good time, and we're not having a good time right now.
The 29 car is looking left. 24-26. Run some more like that one. Come on, buddy. We're 6 seconds back. Let's get up there.
To my credit, though, I don't see Mark Martin going any further forward either, so I guess we're all struggling.
Number 29 down low.
So I don't know whether to loosen the car or tighten the car.
That one was off the pace. Stay focused, buddy. Halfway on fuel.
Because it's perfect in 1 and 2. It's just tight in 3 and 4. And I feel like if I loosen the car anymore, we're going to be too loose to actually make any speed. In practice, we ran like close to 70 laps in practice, and the car felt pretty decent on its own. So I'm beginning to think this just might be just aero tight, and it's just aero push, which is causing us to go up the hill.
That lap was kind of slow.
Because when we're not around anybody, we've got a car that can turn, but then as soon as we get to people, we can't, you know?
You're clear. Keep running that line. That lap was fast. We're about 7 seconds off the leader's back bumper. 3 wide. Hold that line. The 32 car is walking. Okay, we're clear.
Yeah, it's aero push. I'm getting aero tight. I'm not going to worry about hitting Ricky Craven, although I really want to. I feel like he could have given me more space.
Work a little harder. That lap was sort of slow. Gained another spot.
Yeah. See, once we're in clean air, car's fine. I mean, yeah, sure, Kevin Harvick's gonna like burn me every time in straight line speed, but when I'm by myself and not getting any aerodynamic assistance, the car turns. The car turns really well.
24-23. You're looking great from where I'm sitting. How's the car feel? Keep digging. Still need to pick up about 8 seconds on the leader. Some of the leaders are coming in together. Keep him behind you if you can.
Lap 18 would put me at lap 36, although we'll have the fuel for it. We won't have the tires for it.
24-47. We lost some time
So we're going to come lap 19. We're going to come at the end of lap 19 on the lap 20. Wow. I almost ran into Robbie Gordon and had to double clutch to avoid running into Robbie Gordon. Anyways, the good news is we're coming in this time by. So let us hit this time. Let's get down the track. 70. Got it. I really want to take like half a round out. We're not going to worry about it. We'll take our chances. We'll take our chances. The car is fine. We got damage. We do need to repair the damage, but we're not going to touch the damage. We're just going to touch the tires because a 15.844 second pit stop is not something to scoff at. We've had this in the past. I think we'll be fine. And considering my team went 16.9 on a 15.8 estimation, I'm glad we didn't do the repair on the damage.
Watch the guys on the track. The 29 car, it's up high. Clear.
Surprised that the 43 was still out there.
54.71. Coming up on cars exiting pit road. You gained another position with that fast. Try to keep him behind you. Clear on both sides. That's as quick as you've been all day. We don't want him getting beside us.
Okay.
24,
Lap 23 here. We got the undercut on the 20, on the 15 and the 31. The problem is that now we're losing the 29 and the 40.
Number 01 is coming left. Easy now. Gonna need some of that grip later.
And I told you guys already that anything less than a top 15 is a disappointing result.
But try not to hold him up either. 24.7. That was a great lap, buddy.
We're looking very disappointing right now.
Car inside. Clear all around. 23.96. That's it. That's the speed we're looking for. Keep an eye on your mirror. He's not too happy with you.
So we've got more damage than I expected on the car. It's fine. I can't let defending race or series champion Mark Martin go by because right now we are racing for every position that we can. And since we've lost, you know, the top 15 by 3 seconds, I don't know if we're going to get any higher than this. Especially considering we're going up the track still. I should have made that adjustment.
We don't want him getting beside us. The 01 car is right behind you. Take it easy on those tires.
Like the problem is like I could have taken the adjustment and I guess we would be a little bit worse.
24.1. Good lap. Keep hitting those marks.
But we're definitely not driving as well as we could. It's just something wrong with the car. I mean, I guess the damage is probably affecting it now since the deck lid has been damaged as well. But we were aero tight before.
Okay, we're clear. 23.93. That one was quick. Let's do it again.
Mark Martin, I am not letting you by.
More tires won't help us. Be careful. Number 6, up high. Still beside you. 24.30. That's the lap time I'm looking for. Keep it up, buddy. Clear all around.
Sorry, defending champ. Look, I know you won that title last season. You won it very convincingly, but I've got to run for myself here.
Try to keep him behind you.
Last season, I think we finished in the top. You know, we finished first, and then we just had a very bad race here, and we just really didn't get back up the points.
Only 10 laps left.
This time, I want to make a better showing so we can actually stay up in the points a little bit higher and make a really good points battle. You know, if we lose the championship this year, that's fine. I'm not really concerned about winning the title, at least not right now. I don't feel like our team is good enough for it, but I definitely want to be in the title picture, you know?
You're flying out there, buddy. Good job.
I don't even know who the race leader is, and the race leader is really like left everybody.
Run some more like that one.
So I've got the head down a little bit more, and
Gotta keep the tires in good shape to be fast, buddy.
just not able to really maintain much. I mean, now we're not really being pressured. I'm just over driving.
24-30. That's what I'm talking about. Nice lap. Your left front tire's a little worn.
Up the hill we go.
Number 01 is coming low.
Block that.
Got one eye.
Got to block both of these guys. These are really two good cars. I didn't realize Jerry Nadeau had this much speed to him today.
24-64. Attaboy. Keep it smooth, just like that. Right rear's getting worn. Take it easy out there.
If I wasn't holding Jerry Nadeau up, I think Jerry Nadeau honestly would be running in the top 15.
Great lap, great lap. 5 more laps.
Just a few more laps to go. We're kind of pulling away from the guys behind us just a little bit. They're giving us more space as we're catching up to a lap car. I believe that's David Green that we're catching up to now. So now that we're catching up to David Green, I think it'll be better once we get like a car in between all of us.
That lap was fast.
If I can make the turn in the first place.
Worn tires won't help us. Be careful.
I don't think I'll be repairing the speedway body, the super speedway body. But this body is going to have to go and possibly be overhauled. Good news is we'll have money to burn. So we'll have to explore those options at the end of this race, or at least next race, next episode.
Let's get a new left rear tire. You're looking great from where I'm sitting. How's the car feel? 2 more times around.
Leader's going to take the white flag now. Just got to stay ahead of Michael Waltrip, Mark Martin, and Jerry Nadeau.
That was a great lap, buddy.
We don't need to come home 20th. We need to be ahead of 20th. This car is better than this. Just did not have it in us. Ooh, and we're going to escape with a 17th place finish. Could have been better, but we'll just have to take it. We'll take it. It's a win in its own right. It's a win.
A rare caution-free race.
Whoa, that doesn't happen very often. It makes you pay a whole lot more for any mistakes. You don't have the cushion of yellow flags to get caught up.
The 53 car now has one less friend in the garage area.
It certainly looks that way. I'm not sure who started everything, but it should be fun to watch over the next couple of races to see what develops.
Thanks for joining us. For Barney Hall and the rest of us here at EA Sports at MRN, we'll see you next time.
You guys are looking at it now, but you will not believe the amount of what the F I have on my face in terms of how did Ricky Rudd win this race? Why is Ricky Rudd so fast? And why do I have this urge to just want to wreck him a couple of times to bring him back down a few pegs? Anyways, Ricky Rudd won, Dale Jr. second, so I'm going to lose the points lead for real. Dale Jarrett, Jimmy Johnson, Jeff Gordon are your top 5. Rusty Wallace, Ryan Newman, Tony Stewart finishes 8th. Bob Labonte and Kurt Busch are your top 10. That's great. That really makes me feel very great about myself. I also finished behind Sterling Marlin and Kevin Harvick, as well as Bill Elliott, Matt Kenseth, Ward Burton, and Jeff Burton. Okay, that's great. I like that. That is awesome. Thanks NASCAR Thunder. Thanks. So let's head back to the race shop and clear our heads. Also, in case you were wondering, Ricky Rudd lapped up to 31st, which was Jeff Bodine, and Greg Biffle finished 30th. There you go. In case you guys were concerned about where Biffle ran or finished, because Biffle was running pretty well at the very start of the race. He was up there in the top 20s. So, and he gave me a run for my money. So that's pretty cool. Good job, Greg Biffle, for finishing on the lead lap. Proud of you. Let's head back to Georgia and see what we can do. Las Vegas will be next, but the good news is, for those that have been keeping count on the salary cap, we got $270,000 from Daytona that we didn't use, which is all the total with the crew included, $270,000. Plus this past race, which is another $270,000 to work with, which should bring our total up to, what is that? $540, guys? If I'm not mistaken. I could be mistaken. I didn't go to school for math. I definitely went to school for writing and kind of stayed away from math. I hated math. I actually had an ex-fiance back then. It's $540 though. We have $540K to work with for this race. So looking at everything, but before we do that, let's take a look at the stats and info. As you guys know, Ricky Rudd won. So the point standings now are Dale Jr. first, Ricky Rudd second, Jeff Gordon, Dale Jarrett, and Bob Labonte are your top 5. We have fallen down to 6th place overall. 53 points out the lead. Not a big problem this early in the season, but it does show, like, if you don't finish anywhere in the top 5, top 10, you're going to get, passed really fast. Yeah, so we're in the bottom half of the top 10, but we are like 6th, and I think we still got a chance to actually make something happen. And I'm a little curious. Let me see if we actually had any new rookies run the race. If you're seeing me on this screen, the answer is a resounding and disappointing no. We're still running with a 43 car field. No new rookies have come in. Nobody won Rookie of the Year or Rookie of the Race. Our prestiges on our sponsors did drop, considering we were really good and then we weren't. But I got better news. Our stuff in the garage is officially done, finally. So we can get to work on some of the stuff that we need to work on. I'm looking at the chassis department, and I realize that we do have a pretty bad chassis in chassis number 2. So I believe it's time for us to overhaul that chassis. $228,000 doesn't seem too bad. I mean, we're not going to be overhauling the car bodies for a while. We'll probably just be repairing. So I think that is okay for the most part. So yeah, we'll do that. And then I'm going to convert this new chassis to a speedway chassis. That way we can finally get a chassis that is built for the speedways. Actually, hold on. In 2 races time, what will we be doing in 2 races time? I want that chassis to be the chassis that we use first. So in 2 races time, we should be Las Vegas, Atlanta, then it's Darlington. Oh, and then it's Bristol after. You know what? I'm going to big brain this. I believe our speedway package is okay. Not around North Carolina, not around the Rock, because the Rock is a different track. It's just a weird track in general. But I think we can big brain this. Go for the overhaul, right? And turn this into a short track chassis. Why a short track chassis? Because I feel like our short track program could use some work. And considering the car sucked at, you know, Bristol. Well, not really Bristol for the most part. We did fine at Bristol. We did okay at Bristol. Okay, we did more than okay at Bristol. We did really well. We didn't do so hot at Martinsville. And I believe that was when we had our first DNF at the very start of the season, as well as having some struggling like finishes that didn't really help us in the standings. And we looked kind of bad. So let's get ahead of the curve. Let's throw out a short track chassis and get that ready for Bristol and Martinsville. We'll get ahead of the curve on the short track stuff, and then we can still circle back around to the speedway stuff and have no problems. So I think that $228K to overhaul a short track chassis in 2 races time is a good idea. Now, technically I could have done 4, but we're not going to have it in time, and that would be just a waste of money. So I want to go ahead and get it into the shop, get it prepared and ready, and then we can look forward on the rest of the chassis stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. And I know what you guys are thinking, why would you overhaul a 100 condition chassis when you could have just overhauled the 94? I know, but the thing is why not? We're going to use the same chassis a lot for the next few weeks, and I think we'll be fine with it. Okay, I think we'll be fine. I personally feel like we'll be fine. As far as the engine packages go, we have problems with our power plant. I definitely want to see if we can make any adjustments, and I really want to make an adjustment to an engine that we've already used. But considering that it has our best power and efficiency right now, I don't want to touch it. Instead, I really want to touch engine number 3. That is also $228,000. Okay, let's whip out the old handy dandy calculator, guys. So I'm sitting here looking at it. We have 540 coming in. If I do the 228, which was for the chassis, which we already did, we still have 312 left, which means if we do another 228, we'll only have 84,000 left. And that's only if we decide to overhaul the engine to its maximum capabilities in 2 races time, which will be just in time for the next short track race. Or I could just overhaul the speedway body. Oh wow, that downforce is way too high for a drafting body. That is a problem. Although I am seeing a large jump in a lot of our bodies for our cars, so that could actually be worth something. There is a generic body that we could turn into a speedway body. Oh, that is an extra $266,000 to overhaul that. How much to repair the engine? 117. So 540 minus 228 is $312. If I do 117, that means that we have $195,000 to work with, which means if I were to repair the engine and then decide to overhaul the car body, I'd only have 105. I'd be over the cap, which means I won't be able to do anything for another couple of races. 196 to overhaul the first body, which puts me $1,000 over. Oh boy. Guys, overhauling that engine is no point. Overhauling this engine actually has a point from outside of durability. We get more power. But this is the one that's in dire need to get the power and efficiency upgrade. I want to kind of keep rolling however much money we can. And if we just do the one garage upgrade for the chassis in 2 races time, we'll save ourselves some money. We'll have an extra 312,000, which means then we can do all this going forward. Although, man, guys, I am I am running into a wall here already with this salary cap. Oh man. Yeah, okay. We'll just do the chassis for now, and the engine and the bodies we'll just have to survive with. That's it. That is it's final. I can't do anything else right now. We'll roll the 312K into the next race, and then that will help. All right, yeah, that will help. That'll help us. If you like today's video, hit that like and subscribe button. Tell me what you would have done with, the $540,000 in the bank. What would you have upgraded? I'll see you guys next time. Be easy, everybody.